Namaste.
Hello, my name is Nicole. Thank you for joining us for this slow flow yoga class being presented by the YMCA. For today's class, you'll need a yoga mat and you'll need a block, or you might like to use a book. We've got a blanket if you need a blanket for Shavasana, and we'll take a nice seated upright position today. So you might like to sit on a cushion. If there's any discomfort in the knees, please feel free to prop the knees with some cushions or some blocks. So we're going to begin by just drawing our attention to our focus for today's class. So we'll be focusing on the word Ahimsa, which is part of the 8 limbs of yoga. And Ahimsa means to do no injury to yourself or to others, and can also be interpreted as self-kindness and compassion. So please enjoy this practice. It'll be a sequence of very gentle poses. If there is anything that feels uncomfortable for you or causes any pain for you, please acknowledge where you're at and examine it, and come into child's pose if you need to, or also just take a reclined position. So we'll begin by connecting with the breath. So in doing so, just closing down the eyes and taking a few moments just to acknowledge where you're at, and just creating a little bit of awareness of the breath. So drawing the breath through the nostrils, closing down the mouth, drawing the breath down through the diaphragm and into the belly, filling the belly, and exhaling back up through the diaphragm, out through the collarbone, the throat, and then out through the nostrils. When you find your rhythm, just take the tongue to the roof of the mouth and gently begin to restrict the back of the throat. You'll hear your own internal unique sound. This is known as your Ujjayi breath, or the victorious breath. And we can use this throughout our practice today, and we'll also use this off the mat when we need it as well. So just by gently restricting the flow of the breath, we begin to gain a little bit of control over the breath, or taming the breath as it's known. And when we get to tame the breath, we can sort of gain control over any situations that might seem or feel a bit stressful for us. So we'll be using it for today's practice, and we'll create a little bit of movement with our breath now. So drawing the palms together and creating some warmth in the hands, keeping the eyes closed, and then we're going to place the palms over the eyes, into the eye sockets, fingertips on the forehead, and we'll just come inwards for a moment, gently massaging the temples with the thumbs, and checking in, just giving ourselves some gratitude for taking this time out to be on the mat today. And drawing the palms away just a little bit from the eyes, and start to blink them open. And we'll have a little gentle neck massage as we open the eyes, keeping the gaze low. And we'll draw the hands to the knees for a moment, and we'll do a couple of gentle seated cat-cows here. So tucking the chin and tucking the belly here, surrounding the shoulders. And then we'll inhale, take the gaze up, chest is open. And rounding the back, tucking the chin, tucking the belly. And we'll take a little seated twist here. So taking the right hand to the left knee, left hand around to the base of the spine. Gaze is over the back shoulders. Just keeping the awareness in the belly here, and drawing some attention to the lower ribs here. And exhaling to release, opposite hand, opposite knee, taking the right hand to the base of the spine. Gaze again is over the shoulder. Spine is long here. And then exhaling, come back to center. I'm going to do a little forward fold from here. You might like to adjust the feet and just taking the body forward, keeping the chest open here. When you find your reach, just gently tucking the chin here and extending out a little bit longer. And inhaling to come back up. And we'll give ourselves a little bit more of self-kindness here, just rolling the shoulders. We're going to inhale the hands up into cactus and exhale to hug. And then inhale to take the hands up to the ceiling and exhale the hands down. One more time, inhale to cactus and to hug. Exhale to hug. Inhale to lift the hands and exhale to release. I'm going to take the cushion out now and we'll take a little tabletop. So just coming around, stacking the hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrist, checking in, hands are plugged in here. I'm just going to do a little gentle cat-cow here. So gaze is up to the ceiling, tailbone up to the ceiling on the inhalation. And then exhale, rounding the back. Inhale up, opening up the chest, tailbone to the ceiling. And exhaling, rounding, spine to ceiling. And we'll come back to neutral here. Just going to extend the right leg out now. So just taking the awareness, gaze to the toes. We're going to inhale as the tippy toes and exhale to the ball of the foot. Lengthening the calf, inhaling, tippy toes. Exhaling to the ball of the foot. And releasing, lengthening out the left leg. And inhaling, tippy toes. Exhaling. One more time. And exhaling. And releasing, widening the knees here. Coming back onto the heels. I'm just going to take a moment in child's pose. And turning the biceps away from the ears. Making enough space between the knees for the belly and the chest. Feel the beautiful opening up in the chest and the upper back, shoulders. And then we're going to inhale to come up, drawing the hands in, bringing the knees together, tucking the toes under, and come up for a downward dog. So in our downward dog, just checking in with the feet, hands, palms, fingers completely plugged in. A nice inverted V shape here, taking the chest towards the thighs. Keep the knees bent. If there's any issues with the hamstrings or tight hamstrings, just allow the breath to allow things to lengthen and open. And then we're going to pick up the right knee now, draw the knee towards the chest, take the gaze between the hands, and then we'll place the foot between the hands. Adjust where you need to. Make sure, we're going to come into our lunge here. Make sure the knee is not riding over the toes. We're up on the fingertips, take the gaze forward, chest is open here. We're going to drop that back knee, untuck the back toes. We're going to straighten the front leg here. Take a little pyramid. And then inhaling, taking the palm flat on the left hand. So just placing all the weight into that left hand, and then we'll open up, out to the right. And coming back down, tucking the back toes, and we'll bring that front foot to meet the back. We're going to pick up the left leg now, bend the knee into the chest, take the gaze between the hands, and we'll place it between the feet. And again, we do our low lunge on the opposite side. dropping the back knee, untuck the back toe, we'll straighten the front leg. And inhaling back up, tucking the back toes, lifting that back leg and bringing the back foot to meet the front. Forward fold for Uttanasana here, keeping a micro bend in the front, in the legs if you need to. Then we're going to draw a line up the front of the shins, up the thighs, taking the hands up to the ceiling, taking hold of the left wrist here, drawing the body across to the right. Inhale back to center, taking hold of the right wrist, draw the body across to the left. Inhale back to center. Then turn the palms out, exhale the hands down, bending into the knees, take hold of the palms, opening the chest here and drawing the chest towards the thighs. And then we'll inhale, take the hands to the sacrum, we're going to sweep the fingertips along the floor, take the hands up to the ceiling like we're holding a beach ball here, just sitting into our chair, Utkatasana. Hands to heart now, and we'll swan dive forward into Uttanasana. Take a half lift now, hands to shins, and then we'll exhale back down, placing the hands together, and we're going to step back into our plank, taking the plank. Spine is nice and flat here, back is flat, the obliques engaged. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, make room for the chest, come down for the chest, and keeping the hands at chest height, elbows tucked towards the ribs. Take the attention to the pubic bone, tops of the feet, engage, and lift into our cobra. And exhale. We're going to come back up and we're going to take our child's pose again. And inhale, sit up. We'll take our block and we're going to straddle the block here for a Virkasana. We'll keep the hands facing towards the feet, so leaning back here. We're going to open the chest completely. Keep the chin tucked here. Doing a little variation on our camel here. And release. We'll take the block out and we'll bring the feet around. And I'm going to draw the knee up. We'll just take a little seated twist here. So hugging into the right knee, the bent knee, and we'll take a little twist, seated twist. And we'll extend that right leg out, hugging up the left knee, hugging into the left knee, left hand goes at the base of the spine. The spine. And then coming back around to centre. And we'll take a little Paschimottanasana now. So if you hear any sounds in my house, don't be distracted, we'll just keep very present. So Paschimottanasana, just a modified version here, placing the block underneath the knees, taking hold of the base of the feet, keeping the chest open, drawing the chest over the thighs, and then releasing the forehead. And then inhaling to come up. I'm going to release the block. We'll take a little variation on our Baddha Konasana here. So with our Baddha Konasana, we're just going to do a little bit of fluttering with the legs. So this is a really good one for when the mind is a bit chatty, just to let the thoughts wash over us. And just taking the spine nice and long now. And we'll extend the legs, we'll just keep the knees bent. We're going to take boat pose now, so just lifting the legs together and extending the arms out. We're going to slowly come down, drawing the feet, the knees up to the chest, just having a few little pelvic tilts when we come here. Just taking hold of either side of the mat with the hands and engaging the pelvis, pelvic floor muscles. Inhaling and lifting the hips. Draw the shoulder blades together here, creating a foundation, tucking the chin. Glutes are nice and engaged here, drawing the knees a bit closer together. And releasing. Just going to do a little pigeon pose here now. So we'll take the right ankle above the knee here. We're going to lift the left foot off the floor. Just take the hands, thread the hands through, take hold of the back of the hamstrings. Just opening up in the hip joint. And release. And taking the opposite foot across, lifting that foot. And threading through, taking hold of the hamstrings. Drawing the left knee forward. And this feels really beautiful if you've got any SI joint issues. Just opens up the glute. Really beautiful. Alright, we'll take the hands over now. So inhaling the hands over. And I'm going to take the knees across to the right. Inhale back to centre. And take the knees across to the left. And knees back to centre, lengthening out the feet. We'll just do a squeeze and soak here. So inhale the fist and put your hands into fists, pointing the toes, inhaling. And exhale, release the fists, relax the toes. One more time, inhale, fists and point the toes. And exhaling, release the fists, relax the toes. We're going to prepare for Shavasana now, so just taking the hands back over, and I'll guide you through your Shavasana, and then I'm going to leave you to completely enjoy this final pose of relaxation. So just taking a nice reclined pose now, making sure that you have any extra layers on your blanket if you need to. Just completely allowing the feet to flop out to the side now, the palms facing upwards, fingers gently curled, letting the spine sink nice and heavy into the floor, letting the head fall heavy, softening the face and the jaw, allowing the tongue to relax on the floor of the mouth. Allow the eyes to sink nice and heavy, taking the gaze inwards, softening the space between the brow and the temples and the cheekbones. Allowing the chest and the shoulders to completely relax. The tummy and the thighs, buttocks. And the knees, the calves, the heels, all completely relaxed now. Just letting any last bit of tension come out of the toes, out of the fingertips. And just letting yourself completely surrender now. Just giving yourself this gratitude. Giving yourself some kindness, taking this special time out for you. Enjoy. Namaste.